me to you. Scarlett says, I love you too.
First question is, when did you first learn about it?
I don't remember ever hearing the word menopause until I was probably in my 30s or something. I suppose I'd always been aware that women go through something in their 40s or 50s, but it used to be called the change, and no one ever really discussed it. And as I say, it was quite often when people had been, like women were like, oh, she's gone potty. For my 50th birthday, bought myself a painting course in St Ives, because I'd sort of always wanted to kind of find my artist voice, and I kind of neglected it. So I just decided to make this menopause piece, driven by kind of energetic fury. I just took over a corner of the studios and made this like really big banner that said menopause and pinned that up, and then just did lots of active art making with print and black and white. Is that a kind of good end point? Because I've been looking at the shape of the pebble and the stone and doing prints where it became a void or it became a very solid thing, and that's what you kind of feel. You kind of disappear in menopause. You're there, but you're not there. So I think this idea about there being this kind of solid picture, which people might, you could say kind of metaphorically is you as a person, that they think they understand. But then there are elements that are missing or elements that are darker within it, and some are very white and some, are solid and some are empty. So I think I was just really kind of testing how some of those things could be shown physically.
So, sorry, say that again.
This represents a woman. This is kind of me in the art piece, as represented by found objects and a kind of cyclical and chaotic sense of being. So, like, this is her head, and then this is the kind of stomach, bum, boobs, curvaceous representation of the body. It's brilliant in St Ives in the winter because all of the builders are there, stripping out all of the cottages for the summer, so there's loads of skips. So I just foraged in skips for bits of wire and rope and took it all back to the studio, and then kind of did a 3D version of this kind of complex feeling of sort of chaos, and also the fact that you're being kind of pulled in lots of different directions as a mum and as a woman and someone of a certain age and stuff like that. You've got to try and hold yourself in the middle. I did another piece on the menopause where I just wrote a menopause poem really quickly in my sketchbook. It starts, I am. I think there's about 20 or 25 versions of I am here, I am lost, I am angry, I am cold, I'm hot. So it references all these absolutely weird emotions and sensations that whirl through you in the menopause. And I just printed that off and made that as a piece. So they were all just a bunch of experiments that then all just went up. And I suppose the idea was that you'd look, people could look at it and see kind of which bits they got, whether it was the big banner or these different prints or this 3D piece.
It sounded like it's a bit of a burst. Was that because you feel like there was within you ideas and feelings of what was happening being contained?
Totally. And I think that's why doing a course like that was brilliant. It was definitely right, okay, I've sort of done that, worked, young professional, and then a mum, and then starting to think, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to have a voice or make a difference in the world for the next however many years you've got when your role, as you say, as a kind of wife or mum's changed? How does it feel putting it back up again? It's an interesting challenge. The advice would be, know that you're going to probably look at everything in your life and reevaluate it. which can be really unsettling because I think it is just this absolute opportunity to totally change things. And sometimes you may go too far, but then, sort of stay strong and think, well, actually, I'm on my own path now. If you're getting good support, then it can be a really positive, liberating, amazing experience for women in their 40s and 50s to recalibrate their lives. I'd highly recommend it to any woman who's going through menopause, as well as going to your doctor, go and do an art course or sculpture or writing or something, because I think the last maybe 10 years, the menopause has kind of been put on the map. So I just encourage more women to go out and get it out there, their feelings and what happens to us and our bodies.